You know, you people misunderstand me. You people call me Satan, devil, evil reincarnated, Eshu. But do you actually know my fucking crime? I loved God too much. And for that, I was betrayed, punished, cast out of heaven, my original home, and made to live here amongst these sacks of flesh and fucking blood. Also, why do I get blamed for every single thing these fucking humans do? Why? They say, oh, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. Fuck that shit. Didn't God give you free will? Didn't God give you the ability to make your own fucking decisions? I have never in my entire life, in my entire eternity, ever made anyone do anything that they didn't want to do. These fucking humans live their own pathetic little lives. And then when they fuck up, and when they do bad shit, or when they disobey the big guy up there, they call me. I, Neo, minding my own business, living my own life, they say it's my fault. Fuck you and your free will. If you really had free will, if you really fucking had free will, you would say no. If you really had free will and I was really tempting you, if you had free will and I was really there whispering what you should or shouldn't do, you would say no. Well, you don't. You humans are a slave to your own pleasures, a slave to your desires. And I, the little old devil, am blamed for every single fucking thing. It never gets old, does it? It never gets fucking old. Fuck, I need more vodka.
I don't think I need to tell you what I'm transforming into today. Yep, we are transforming into the devil. I am first starting off with some black eyeshadow and some creamy liner. I'm going to be layering both of this so that we can get the best possible smoky eye ever. I'm also using the black control to tightline and to line my waterline. So we have that really, really intense black smoky eye. I'm going to be using my black pencil to draw in my brows, and I actually wanted to draw in the meanest, angriest looking brows, but you and I both know that me and brows are not friends, so we just have what we have here. I also used red face paint to clean up and define those brows. I'm using my flat foundation brush to blend out the red face paint under my brows to further define and clean them up. It's time to paint our face red. This is grease paint, red grease paint from the SFX store. If you guys ever want to get some SFX materials, please go to the SFX store. I'm gonna put the link in the bio, in the description box below, sorry. They have all the things you need to create a great look. I am setting the red face paint with some translucent powder and with some red eyeshadow from the Juvia's Place palette. We need to set this, and you have to set your face paint, or else when it's time for you to shade and it's time for you to add other things, it's going to look a mess. I took a smaller eyeshadow brush and used the red eyeshadow to set all those little nooks and crannies, so like under my brows, under my eyes, my nose, my smile lines around my mouth, you know, the areas I needed. I took some black face paint to emphasize the brows, and I added a little bit of that black face paint and some also black eyeshadow to, you know, really intensify the black brows. I took eyeshadow, and from the beginning of the brow, I drew 2 lines, kind of like a nose contour. And then I took that same eyeshadow and I drew 2 squiggly lines up top. Now when you're going to do this, you're going to be frustrated, I'm going to tell you, because it's not going to look the way you think it's going to look. I was following a tutorial and a photo, and it wasn't looking the way I wanted it to look, so I had to go back, remove it, use some face paint and some eyeshadow to clean it up and go back. But I decided to just, leave it the way I could. Took an angled eyeshadow brush and took some black eyeshadow to blend out the edges of where the brow and the line meet, so that it's nice and shaded and it looks, nice and together. I apologize for the change in sound and also the generator noise. They took lights and I have to do this voiceover, so I apologize. Anyway, I'm using an angled liner brush to draw more lines coming from the middle of my brow and drawing it up into my hairline. I'm also going to use black eyeshadow to blend the edges of where that line meets the brow so that it looks nice and good. Then I'm going to be taking black eyeshadow and basically carving out my jawline from the top of my ear to all the way to near my mouth. Taking black eyeshadow to blend the top half up into the skin. Then I'm going to be blending the bottom half backwards. Then I'm going to define my jawline by taking black eyeshadow and drawing it down. That's from the bottom of my ear all the way and joining it at my chin. I'm going to be taking black eyeshadow to make sure that's all blended out. And I'm also going to take red eyeshadow to make sure that all the edges are blended out smoothly. I'm taking black eyeshadow and putting it in my nostrils to add some dimension. I'm scrunching up my lips and using black eyeshadow to really, fill them in. I'm going beyond my lips and I'm going even around so that the whole black lip thing can really come through. Then I'm taking red lipstick and applying it to the middle of my lips. Then I'm going to go back and add more black eyeshadow so that the lips are really, really black and red and very, very intense. Now it's time to do the chest piece. We are going to be creating this with tissue and Elmer's school glue. First, you're going to take pieces of tissue and make sure you tear them up into little pieces and you separate them so they're really nice and thin. Then I'm going to apply a layer of glue on my chest, and then I'm going to layer it with tissue. So the trick is to make sure you use small and thin pieces of paper and you layer it with glue so that you have the best skin-like effect as possible. This takes a while, the layering and adding tissue, and it takes a while, but I swear to you, it is very, very rewarding when you're done. It has to dry before you can do anything, so I'm gonna take my time, take my rechargeable fan and make sure it dries, because if you start working with it while the glue is still loose, it's gonna be ugly. Once it dries up a little bit, I'm gonna use some translucent powder to speed up the drying process and to make sure everything is nice and matte and we can start to work with the tissue mask. I'm gonna be taking my burns and bruises wheel and add a little bit of red blood to make it red and to add a little bit more dimension. Then I'm gonna take some red lipstick. This works as well. If you don't have blood, if you don't have a bruises wheel, you can use red lipstick and it will also work. I'm putting on another layer of mask, another layer of tissue, because I realized that there were so many holes because it was so thin. So I decided to cut an extra layer and add more tissue on top. After it dries, I am taking my red face paint and applying it to the tissue mask so that it looks like a bloody, bruisey mess. I'm taking the purplish black from my burns and bruises wheel and adding it to the edge to signify, decay, and to signify the burn, the bruises kind of healing. Now I'm using a scissors to cut it out. You shouldn't use the scissors. Do not use the scissors. Do not use the scissors. But I'm using what I have, which is a pair of scissors. If you can, find a way to maybe just poke a hole and gently pull it to open it up, but do not use scissors. Please, my God, please do not use scissors. Then to fill in the cross, I'm using black liquid liner first to start it off and to make sure that we have that base down. I decided to take some purple because I wanted to make sure that that area looks really nice and bruised. So I added more purple and a little bit of black around it. Now I'm going to be adding the blood and the congealed blood to the bruise and to the cross. I'm going to be using first some congealed blood around it. Then I'm going to take my concealer brush and apply the blood to the cross directly. And that is it. All I did afterwards was add the red contacts, the devil contacts. And yeah, that's it for the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hey guys, I quickly want to say at the end of this video, thank you so much for watching and so much for participating and for engaging and just for being, amazing fans. I know my Halloween videos don't get a lot of views because a lot of Nigerians don't really like Halloween videos, but I still do them, and the ones that watch my videos and the ones that enjoy my videos, I am truly fucking grateful for the support and the love that I get. This is my last tutorial for Halloween, but this isn't my last look. I'm still gonna go for Halloween parties this weekend, so you're gonna be seeing more looks. So please follow me on Instagram. Make sure you're up to date with me on IG. Also follow me on Twitter. Support my channel, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Just do all the great things that you can do. And yeah, I'm really grateful and thank you so much for watching.